Hey everybody, it's John Banner with RecordingTutorials.com. Here to bring you just a little bit of information I was thinking about a couple days ago. The question is, should I become a producer or should I become a rapper or artist? You know, whatever you want to call it. In my opinion, my personal opinion, I think that if you try to do both, you open more doors and you have a better chance to get into the music business. For instance, take Jamie Foxx. I don't know if you've ever watched interviews on him, but he's the way he got in is because he never limited himself to the different avenues to get into any kind of business of making him a celebrity, I guess you would say. He started out in music, and then he started out doing being a comedian, and then started getting into acting, and then after that, after some movies, he started doing his own CDs again. So, I mean, don't limit yourself to just one avenue, such as being, I'm an artist, I want to wait for my big shot, because chances are probably 99.9% of the time, if you rely just on getting seen and heard, you're going to fail. Because if you're just waiting around, nothing's going to happen. You got to make it happen. Let's see, that brings me to another point. Don't rely on other people. If you're really serious about what you want to do, go out there, push your music hard, start making songs online, put them on your MySpace, put links, do stuff on YouTube, lessons on, how you made your lyrics or something, how you became creative or something like that, just to draw attention, give some free information, have a link going directly to your website, your MySpace, or whatever. Another thing about being a producer over an artist, or being a producer before you become an artist, is the cost that it's going to cost you. If you have your own little home recording studio and you're cranking out beats and songs, it's going to cost you a fraction of what it would cost to go into a real studio. If you went into a real studio, they charge anywhere $75 upwards, so an hour, and a lot of times, it puts pressure on you to be creative, and then I think you lose the vibe, and it just becomes more of work. And if you think of it as work, it's not fun anymore. So that's definitely in the long run is going to save you a lot of money, just getting your own gear. Talk about rappers here, or artists. There are a lot of artists out there trying to make it in the music business, and I think that if you try to take a different avenue than anybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you've ever been driving on the road and you follow everybody in the same direction in traffic, you're going to be sitting there for a while and you got to wait for everybody. But if you go around them and you find another road to get to the same point, that's going to help you out tremendously. And I think that that's you got to think outside the box and think of new marketing ideas. Be as creative with marketing as you are with your music. For example, Kanye West. Kanye West started out as a producer, and when he started getting big, he's like, man, he's always wanted to be an artist. You can tell that, and he's not afraid to say it. Started out as a producer, made some beats, and he's like, man, why don't I can put my own lyrics on this, and that's what he did. And now look at him, he's one of the top artists because he's a producer. He produces his own music, so the money involved as a producer versus an artist, I think, is just not comparable. As a producer, you get not only royalty rights, but you get, it depends if you publish your own music or not. But you get the royalties to your own music, versus an artist that's signed to a major record label. Those guys, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Jazzy Jeff interview, where he talks about how the industry, or how record labels will, pretty much take out a corporate loan to finance your music, to get you started up and running, and you owe that money. If you don't make it big, you're still stuck with that $1 million debt, So, definitely, I would pursue that. To be a producer, the money alone is worth it. Even if you had one hit song, that one hit song would make you $1 million in 1 year for one song. It only takes one song to make it in to the music business, I think. I mean, once you get one song, you're in. So, I don't know if you guys been watching. His name's MDL, and he's on YouTube. And he started out his production company, or I don't even know if he started out his production company. He just started out making beats, I guess, and he ended up, you know, maybe a year later, he's making beats for Convict Records now, or Convict label, Akon's label. And I mean, I don't know how much he's making, but you know, he's in the game. I mean, things like YouTube. I think YouTube is #1 hotspot for promoting your music, for promoting yourself, promoting whatever, your website or whatever. So, and there's 2 other guys, Maestro and Pizzo. I don't know, you guys probably heard of them or seen their videos. Those guys started out, same thing, YouTube, you know, just making beats and showing people what they could do. I believe that, you know, I've always been a firm believer that if it's a good music or if it's a good beat, it's going to sell itself. You know, all you got to do is show people and it'll catch on. You know, there's still a little bit of marketing there to do, but, you know, if it's good, it's going to sell itself. And you don't have to do a whole lot of selling because people are just going to catch on naturally like, hey, man, this is a good beat, you know. So, you know, think about it. And if you guys are looking for more information on, you know, the music business and ways to get in and, you know, creative ways, I'll be posting, you know, some creative ideas on my website at recordingtutorials.com. You can check it out. It's on the left hand side up there. Just click on the link and it'll take you directly there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Talk to you guys later. Bye.